This is the election where we're finally focusing on the corrosive effect of big money on politics, and we now have one more issue that we can add to that list, and once again, it involves the Koch brothers. This time, they're coming for your electric cars. I say to the 1% of you who have electric cars. There's a new group that's being set up with fossil fuel backing, and it hopes to spend about $10 million per year to boost petroleum-based transportation fuels and attack government subsidies for electric vehicles, according to insiders in the refining industry. The group's broad mission will be to make the public aware of all of the benefits of petroleum-based transportation fuels, because maybe they've never been in a car in the past century. The current administration has a bias towards phasing out these fuels, according to that same source. So this is not necessarily a source who loves electric cars, being as they are in the refining industry, and thinking that Obama is trying to destroy oil. And so we have a little bit more information about what they're trying to do and why they're trying to do it. So they're worried about state and community subsidies for those electric cars, which can be significant. All told, in some states, you could save $10,000 with those subsidies doing what subsidies are intended to do, to help an industry when that industry is new to get a foothold until costs come down and it's competitive without the subsidies, which we're going to circle back around to the subsidies that they don't have a problem with. And they say that overall electric vehicle adoption has started slowly, but it's certainly going to follow an exponential growth trajectory. Everybody assumes that in 5 to 10 years it'll be much higher. Once electric vehicle adoption hits a critical mass, I think it will take refiners, petroleum producers, and automakers by surprise, according to this, in the case, is an insider in energy and environmental field. Now, the reason we say that this has to do with the Koch brothers is it's being headed by James Mahoney, who has long been considered a confidant of the Koch brothers and is a member of their company's board. And he's currently traveling around to different oil industry the sort of meta industries that control that industry and asking for money to run these attack ads.
Okay, so I thought the Koch brothers were all about ideology and ideas. Now, what's interesting is this is actually their corporate arm who appears to want to go and lobby against their competition. Kind of sounds like crony capitalism. Mm-hmm. It kind of sounds like they've got a dog in this fight. Yeah. Kind of sounds like millions, actually billions of dollars are on the line here, and that they're lobbying for their own personal financial benefit. It ain't got nothing to do with ideas and ideology. I hope you weren't that much of a sucker if you're a conservative or a libertarian. Oh no, they're really good libertarians. They just care about the ideology. Oh, it happens to benefit them to the tune of billions of dollars. What a coincidence! But I'm sure they have goodness in their heart. So look, then that leads to the question of, okay, as John alluded to, you're against subsidies because you're a libertarian. Now what's interesting is the oil industry gets a lot of subsidies. On average, they've gotten about $4.7 billion in subsidies.
Every year.
Every year.
Jeez.
You want to cut those? Oh, you don't want to cut those. Isn't that a funny coincidence? All of a sudden, they're not so libertarian.
And also, what's the argument for those subsidies? The argument when they make a legitimate argument for the subsidies is not, oh, we just want to get rich. They're like, no, we need to be incentivized for new ways of doing things. We're like, okay, that's right. That's what this is.
Yeah,
exactly.
What's not, and by the way, to that argument, here's what's not what's not a new way of doing things. Oil. No. Okay, it's the most profitable companies in the world. It's not a new thing. The struggling oil business. Yeah. Let's prop it up a little bit because it might do us some good in the future. No, the electric cars are exactly the kind of companies that need a little bit of subsidy or a little bit of boost so they can get going, right?
Yeah.
But if you say, hey, no, I don't care, no subsidies for anybody, that's fine. But that's not what they're saying. Subsidies, billions of dollars for us, nothing for our competition. That is the definition of crony capitalism.
You know what they could do, and John brought this up during our production meeting, instead of trying to fight it, why don't they invest in it and make even more money?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like there's a market for it. Why don't they invest a little in renewable energy? They have the money for it. Instead of taking all the money that they have and lobbying against it, if they invested, wouldn't that be more lucrative for them in the little years that they have left?
I think the answer is no. I think that lobbying and preventing change for as long as possible because it gives you an idea of just how much money they're making.
Now remember, they killed the electric car, not the Koch brothers, but the old car industry and the oil companies, etc., in the past. And if you've seen that wonderful documentary about who killed the electric car, and you know what they did? They delayed it for well over a decade. And in that decade, they made billions upon billions upon billions of dollars. Now, when you go into a new industry, well, you got to compete with everybody.
Yeah.
When you've already established yourself in the old industry and it's a cash cow,
Yeah.
well, and you've got all the politicians in your back pocket, that's easy money.
Yeah, and bear in mind, when we're talking about the big money that's in play here, Koch Industries makes $115 billion in revenue every single year. And the oil refining, pipeline, and exploration operations are a gigantic portion
Can
of
you keep
that.
that shot on John for a sec? Don't change the shot, because in a related story, this just in, which is the Koch brother on the right? David?
Charles.
Oh,
Charles
Charles,
is
yeah.
with the glasses.
With Charles. In a related story, Robert Redford will play Charles Koch. The Charles Koch
Oh,
story.
unfortunately, that's absolutely true.
Nothing has been. We've not said anything truer today.
Okay, so now one more thing about this. If you support the oil industry and you kill alternative energies, you know who else you help? Saudi Arabia and the Middle East and Wahhabism and fundamentalist Islam.
Yeah.
So apparently the Koch brothers support the jihadis. This is how they get their money. Remember ISIS, Trump is talking about it all day. Why don't we bomb their oil? All their money's coming from oil. That's ISIS. And the Koch brothers are saying, let's kill the electric car so that we can help oil. Yes, I make money. So does ISIS. So do the Saudis. So do fundamentalist Muslims. I don't care. But remember, the Koch brothers, their original fortune came from their dad, who worked with the Nazis and Stalin. Yeah. That is an absolute fact. Read Jane Mayer's book about it. Okay, so you think this family has problem making money in morally dubious ways?
Yeah.
ISIS is nothing compared to the Nazis. They're like, yeah, this is what the Kochs do.